welcome to another episode of our FM19 Journeyman in charge of Aston Villa, and today we are facing Burnley and QPR, and we are ready to go into that first game. So we've still got a couple of injury issues. Well, it's just the one actually, just Jastrzemski, but unfortunately we can't do much about that. He's staying on the bench today because he's still fairly fit, and if we do need him I can bring him on, but everyone else is pretty much good to go at this point. A lot of the fitness issues sort of resolved. I rested all the players that featured in the last game for both days that were off. It's been 2 days since then. They have literally just been resting the entire time. So we should be good to go into this game. And I'm going to go with the same 11. We could bring players like Cheltsov or Banon back into the side. But I just feel like this is going quite well. Like, to drop Andrade after the games he's been having, if we could actually see his average rating, that would help. But yeah, to drop him after the games he's been having would be incredibly harsh. He's on a 7.4 average. So I just don't see a need to. I'm just going to go with what we've got, to be honest. Submit the team and get stuck straight in. So we should be beating teams like Burnley today if we can. I think this would really assert where we're meant to be in the table. Because so far, all we've sort of beaten is bottom sides. You know, we've beat the bottom two teams in the table and then a mid-table team, which isn't, you know, screaming that we're actually doing too well. So they've got a 4-2-3-1 set up very defensively. Fairly stereotypical of Burnley, I suppose. But let's say I expect to win aggressively. Nobody liked it. Nobody liked what my assistant manager had to say either. That's not a good sign, is it? But hopefully we can still go out there, score a couple of goals and have a good time. Well, we've got a free kick. Gonzalez is going to take, flicks it into the box to Haryanto on the back post. It finds Bayliss, back to Haryanto. He strikes, he scores. And it's another goal for Haryanto, assisted by Mikael Bayliss. That's the third in 2 games. That's very impressive. Haryanto's 4th goal in 2 games as well. That's just brilliant. It's a good ball in initially, but Bayliss to Haryanto into the back of the net. All works out very nicely. Well, they've got a throw-in. They're going to look to try and counter-attack here. Lundberg on the ball. We slide it out from under him, but they do just get it back. We're putting the pressure on, but we left a man open. Blocked the initial cross, but they just get the ball back once again. Dude strikes, and it goes over the ball. Dude, what a name. We've got a corner. Luis Gustavo is going to flick in. He's had a couple of good corners this season, but that wasn't one of them. Henderson claims it with ease. They roll out short, and they've made, well, a bit of a meal of that, but they did get it away. Roscoe nods forward, but they're back in possession. Not for long, though. Horn slides it out from under him, and we immediately give it them straight back. Feeling sorry for them, maybe, as we miss the tackle. They fortunately strike wide. Parrott there, not doing very well, but I mean, we should have had that ball, really, after Horn's challenge, but we just sort of gave it away, as there's another highlight. Lundberg coming forward. Can we please win this back? Parrott forward to Polovsky. Why is that so hard to say? Pavolsky? I think it's just Pavolsky, isn't it? Pavlovsky? Pavlovsky. That's all it is, right? That's not that difficult, but Tony Parrott, or Troy Parrott, I can't read. Troy Parrott has picked up a knock and, well, might have to go off for them as we approach half-time, and we're still in the 1-0 lead, which isn't too bad, to be honest. I'm happy with your performance. Everyone's delighted. Good. Good, I'm glad they're delighted. Let's go out into this second half and, well, score again. That guy's name is literally just Dude. He doesn't have a first name. His name... Can I sign him? I just want a guy just called Dude. Should I just nickname someone Dude? Look at him. Look at those sideburns. That's fitting of a man just called Dude, isn't it? So, we're 70 minutes in, and they've made a couple of changes, so I feel like I should do. I'm going to bring on Chesnikov for Doyle Hayes, just as that deep line playmaker, just to, you know, get a fresh pair of legs on the pitch and keep things stable. 82 minutes in, and this has been a very quiet second half. I'm bringing McGee on for Bayliss. Just, you know, try and change the attackers up, keep them under a bit of pressure. But well, if it stays at 1-0, I'm not going to be complaining. I'm just not overly confident, as there's a highlight in the 89th minute. We've got the ball for now. I am nervous, I'm not going to lie. Andrade across to Chesnikov. Please be in our favour, just please. Chesnikov's under a bit of pressure. Plays forward though, great ball to Reed, who's in the box. Can he slide it across? Goes to Gonzalez on the other side. We've not seen much of Gonzalez or Reed, but there we go, they combine for a goal. Reed with a great ball there across the box. There was McGee or Haryanto could have gotten the end of it, but they let it fall all the way to Gonzalez on the other post. Great angle on the keeper as well, slots it on the near side, and well, it's excellent, to be honest. Very, very good. But you can see there, by letting it go all the way across, the ball was nowhere near the keeper. Excellent. It puts us 2-0 up, doubles our lead, and, well, now we can see out these last couple of minutes with very little drama, as there is a late throw. In 45 seconds remaining, there's a chance here something could come of this. I'm not too sure. As they're pushing down this flank, they play a ball forward, but we win it back. Can we keep it is the question. Well, Gustavo's got it. Is this going to be a chance, or is it just going to be the end of the game? I'm not quite sure. We pump forward. With that, I think it's just going to be the end of the game, as Dude is on it, plays one up. Gustavo back to the keeper, presumably. And, yeah, well, we should just be able to keep this fairly safe for the last couple of seconds. I don't know why it showed us 45 seconds of nothing at the end of the game. As, hold on, Gonzalez is on the ball, gets wiped out. No, he just showed us 45 seconds of nothing. Okay, fair enough. But it's a 2-0 win against Burnley. It's a good result. Can't complain. A clean sheet, 2 goals. Happy with the result. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad with that. That's all right. Let's get on to the next game. Well, after that win, we are top of the table. Derby dropped points, and because of our goal difference, we're currently occupying the top spot. We can't really complain about that. Top of the league after just 5 games. Hopefully, well, we can keep picking up results and hold it. So here we are then for the game against QPR. We're going in with an unchanged side. The only thing is Justremski has overcome his injury, so is now more of an available option from the bench. But no need to change anything. Let's get stuck straight in. So they've got a 4-4-2 diamond, a narrow one with, well, very little width, which I think ideally we should match up quite well against. There's a temptation to maybe go a little bit more defensive to try and deal with the amount of midfielders that they've got. I can't wait for our assistant manager to tell us we're being overrun in midfield because, well, we will be, to be honest. That's just what's going to happen. But hopefully we can keep it quite contained. I'm quite worried that they're coming down the centre and we've got 2 inexperienced centre halves. We just can't get a reaction out of our team at all. It's rather frustrating, to be honest. But let's go out there and hopefully all we need to do is just score an early goal, I think, and we'll be good to go. Well, we've got a corner. Reed is going to flick in. Can we get on the end of it? Harryanto does, but just over the bar, unfortunately. I don't know who's set to be our corner taker, because we seem to have about 5 different ones, depending on a myriad of factors. Well, there is a highlight. I'm just telling him to get creative. Andrade on it, pumping forward. Can we get on this ball? Well, no, not immediately, but Horn does get it back. He's got Reed in front of him and does find him. He cuts inside, takes on a few players, and plays a long ball across to Gustavo. Flicks in. Reed with the header. Made a great run into the box after his ball to Gustavo, which I'm not sure whether it was intentional or not, but that was outstanding link-up from our left back and right midfielder. Not something you say too often. Look at this run here from Reed. Great run into the box. He goes off screen, but yeah, rises to win the header, knocks it in and gives us that 1-0 lead, that early goal I was talking about. A great ball in from Gustavo while we're at it, by the way, but well, what a goal. Well, they've got a goal kick. I'd quite like to win this back and score again if I'm being honest, but it looks like we're going to have the opportunity to do just that. Gonzalez is on it. Can he find a man? Finds Harryanto, who's dropped very deep there, but it has helped the build-up. It's helped the play, so that's not too bad, really. Horn's on the right-hand side. Gives it back to Reed, who flicks into the box. Harryanto heads just wide. Good ball in there, but the header just off. But great little knockback as well from Horn to Reed. It's nice to see those two linking up so early into their time playing together. They've got a throw-in. I just want this ball back, to be honest. Gustavo tries to win it, but Hamoud does manage to take it off of him. Andrade is doing a good job of picking him up, though. Well, we seem to have dealt with the immediate threat as Doyle Hayes wins the ball back. That was excellent there. We just literally stifled their attack, swarmed every man they had, and now we've got a great ball forward to Bayliss. Harryanto's in the centre, and he's found. He strikes, he scores. Bayliss, Harryanto. Strike partnerships every single time. I love strike partnerships. And we see it again 4 times in 3 games. Bayliss assists Harryanto, and they score. Excellent stuff. We've got a great little fast break going here on the counter-attacks. We've scored quite a few here this season so far from the counters, which is excellent to see. And it's Harryanto once again putting the ball into the net. 6 goals already this season in just 6 games. So far, things are going very nicely, and as we approach half-time, we're clearly the dominant team, and we've got that 2-goal lead to show for it. Worth noting, QPR, not a bad team either. They were in 9th before this game, so yeah, we're doing excellently. I'm very pleased with your performance. They're all delighted, which is always nice to see. What more can you want? Well, we're 68 minutes in, again, 70-minute mark, and I'm just going to bring on Justremski for Gonzalez. It worked quite well in the last game, so I'll do it again this time. It's just quite a logical change to make, to be honest. Justremski's a good attacking player. He obviously scored a lot of goals for us at the end of last season, sort of towards that back end. So it makes sense to bring him on when the defenders are a bit tired and give him the chance to just run at them down that flank. They've just brought on a right back to counter our left midfield sub. I'm not sure if that's actually the game just being clever or whether that was a bit of a coincidence. But yeah, they've just done that. I've just noticed it. But we're approaching the end of the game. There is a highlight, 87th minute. We're the ones in possession of the ball for now. As we were passing it around between ourselves. Fortunately, they're rubbish and hit the post. So we'll ignore the fact that Roscoe and Armstrong just made a bit of a meal of that. Like I said, they're going to have some teething issues. They're 2 young centre-halves trying to integrate into a team and get used to playing with each other as well. Sorry about that little Discord being there, but it's going to take a couple of games or, you know, a couple of months for them to sort of click. But so far, they have been playing very well. You can see by their ratings, they're doing fine. It's just we're seeing some mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen, but their general play is still good. So far, it's not costing us. It's really not costing us points. I think the only game we've lost was not down to them two specifically. I think just as a team, we were quite poor. You can't score no goals in a game and expect to win when you have 25 shots. So, yeah, they're going to have issues, but so far, we're doing all right. It's another clean sheet. It's another 2-0 win. And we're top of the table. What more do you want? Now, we've got a Carabao Cup game against Burton coming up. I'm not bringing you that because it's a Carabao Cup game against Burton and they're in League 2 and that's just... No, I'm not showing that. But Derby have picked up... Oh, no, they haven't played. I was going to say they've picked up another defeat, but they haven't. But we are top of the table. 9 goals. Cardiff are on the same points with us. Potentially Derby too. But all in all, we are starting to pull a little bit away already with 4 points, like... into the playoffs. Does that make sense? Is that how you'd phrase that? With 4 points clear of dropping out of the playoffs? With 4 points clear of Barnsley in 7th? How would you even say it? That's a weird sentence. But yeah, we're doing pretty well, to be honest. So, if we take a look at the player stats, we've got the second top scorer in the league in Donny Harrianto and the top assister in Mikel Bayliss. And another player up there as well, tied for second, Luis Gustavo. Few players having excellent games for us. So, it's really hard to falter at the minute. I think we're doing an excellent job. Luis Gustavo, by the way, kicked off saying we hadn't strengthened the team. This time last season, we were on... Well, I don't know how many wins we were on. We weren't here, but by 12 games, we had 2 wins. By 6 games, we've got 5. Luis Gustavo can be quiet, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it's going very well. So, tomorrow, we've got 2 more games. Huddersfield and Birmingham. Oh, we've got that local rivalry. Oh, they've got one of our old players as well. I think it was a striker, right? They signed someone from us as a key player. I can't quite remember who it was, and I'm not seeing him on here. It might have been Jason Wright. I think that was him. Yeah, they've got one of our old players as well, so a bit of a grudge match, really. I'd like to go out there and beat them and prove why we got rid of him. So, that'll be tomorrow. Huddersfield, Birmingham. I'll catch you all for that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tomorrow's will be up at 5:30. Subscribe to get that into your feed. Follow the Twitter. Join the Discord, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Goodbye.